has the largest military in the world. You do it by deception. You do it by subterfuge, by manipulation, by balkanization. And that's now happened here. All, quote, sides have legitimate beefs with each other. But I have the FBI crime statistics right here from the Justice Department. Crime in the United States, 2012. That's the latest year to be out. And it goes over the black on white crime numbers here versus black on black. And you can see those numbers for yourself if you're a TV viewer. But for every 193 black people that are killed by a white person, 2,412 are killed by a black person. Again, for every 193 blacks killed by a white, 2,412 are killed by a black. And you can go through these race by race. You want us to show you the black on white numbers? Depending on how you slice it, it is orders of magnitude higher black on white. And that's because it is promoted by the Democratic Party and by the new Black Panther Party and others publicly. The Black Panther Party, new Black Panther Party leader in Houston is famously in the paper. We've had him on the show saying, don't go rob and loot or mug in black areas, go to white areas and do it to them. That's a legitimate form of protest. You know, it's funny, then I had that same person thank me when the CPS is trying to take a black man's and a black lady's 4 children because he basically lives in a unair-conditioned little wood house. One part of it, then he did get in air conditioning. And he was a good father and a good mother, and the guy mowed yards and worked hard, and a lot of people got raised like that just 50, 60 years ago. Is it illegal to be poor? I came to that fella's aid. And the black community was like, why are you helping us? We can't believe it. Look, I care about everybody. When the state comes after you and oppresses you, hey, that can happen to me as well. And do blacks get profiled? Do blacks basically get put into the system easier than whites or others? Undoubtedly. I don't like the fact that the illegal aliens can drink and drive and get bank accounts without IDs and fly without IDs. I don't dislike Hispanics. Most Hispanics don't get to do that if they're citizens. I'm upset that the system can pick and choose who they want to go after. But regardless, there is a major racism movement in the black community against white people and others. And you've got black entertainment television, and you've got movies like Django Unchained, and you have got it being sold in the media as kosher, as cute, to be anti-white. Just like it's sold with La Raza, the race, to have Hispanics in a racial group. How does the government segregate prisons? Black, white, Hispanic. And if it's in an area like San Francisco, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. And everybody gets put into a gang. And you've got to join a gang when you go to prison if you don't want to get shanked, if you don't want to get raped, if you don't want to get robbed, if you don't want to get stabbed, if you don't want to get beat up. And they're doing that to all of America, trying to force us into a gang right now. And I've actually had people on the street come up to me this weekend because I was downtown a lot. I went to the citywide garage sale to try to find some cheap art to hang on the walls. And I had multiple people come up to me, black and white, and say, we really like your show, but I think it's time for you to choose a side. I had black folks tell me, yeah, I like your show, but let's do it for years, but you know, you need to decide which side you're going to be on. And then separately, hours later, I had white people say, hey, I'm not racist, but I'm sick of people attacking me because I'm white. And, you know, the police are doing what they need to. These are a bunch of racist thugs, Alex. And, why are you all over the map? I'm trying to stop this from happening. I don't want to be forced into a group. I want to be part of a group that promotes liberty, private property, freedom, and prosperity. I want to stop abortion of 52% of black people. I don't like the fact that 26% of white people aren't even born. I don't want to abort Hispanic babies, black babies, or white babies because they're all babies. I have empathy for a black baby just like I have it for a white baby. But I tell you, I get upset whenever I see people I know. They're in Ferguson, black leaders coming over to the camera and saying, why aren't you saying it's black people being attacked, InfoWars? Because it's all of our rights being attacked. When the cops fire at reporters who aren't doing anything wrong and arrest Washington Post reporters who are in McDonald's, they are attacking their own future, their own safety net. We're all in this together. I realize the globalists are on the outside manipulating this entire thing, playing us like we're fools. And the Justice Department, the proof is up on Infowars.com. People need to put this out on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Nation of Islam and New Black Panthers directing violent protest in Ferguson. Again, I've had Louis Farrakhan plug me on air and say, Alex Jones warned the government. You try to confiscate our guns, it's going to cause a civil war. And he agreed we don't need that. But then separately, and I don't expect Louis Farrakhan runs his whole organization, because believe me, I got great reporters and I can't control what they do. It's just part of free will. But he needs to call for calm. Because we've got proof in this article that the Nation of Islam is in there stirring up violence. At least the leaders there. DOJ, Communist, New Black Panthers hijack Ferguson protest. And again, I've drawn my line in the sand. They're going to use the civil unrest and what's happening to try to bring in martial law nationwide, as I've been saying. And they're already dubbing this in the AP, you name it, as a coming race war. And you're going to have a whole new age of political correctness to prove that whites aren't racist. You've got to do A, B, and C. And we need more government funding to the inner cities and more blah, blah, which won't help the people in the inner cities. Government help from LBJ, the Klan member, on record, is what did this to the greatest extent to the black community. The black community was 150 degrees different. They weren't perfect, so they weren't a 180. But I'd say they were 150 degrees different. In many metrics and studies, lower crime rates than white neighborhoods in the 50s. Total difference today. Highest crime rate, undoubtedly black neighborhoods, period. Killing each other. And the government shipped drugs into those areas and did all sorts of psyops. So that's my point. It's still a real threat. This racism that's been simmering and breeding in these black areas is real. But nevertheless, it's been manipulated. And so I'm trying to go all the way over the top here and just get people to pull outside the paradigm, see the system from outside the box, and stop it. I want to give out the toll-free number. We've already heard from a bunch of Ferguson residents. We've heard from my reporters. We've heard from other reporters. We've heard from geopolitical analysts and cultural analysts on this. I want to hear from police and military, National Guard, regular Army. Did we or did we not write articles on July 17th, weeks before this started, saying prepare for race war and a stage race war? In fact, if you want to find where I said it, go back to July 17th in the first hour, because I did this video report and I got Watson to write the article. I mean, in fact, I'm not bragging, but my name should be on that article. Because I was so concerned about this that I worked with Paul to write that article. I shot the video report. I broke it all down and had my reporters cover it. I said the next shoe to drop is black on white stage race war run by the Justice Department. And I said at the start of this hour, I said, I don't remember when I said it, but look it up, folks, and you'll find it. And my reporters searched race war, Alex Jones, and they found the YouTube and the Infowars.com article where I said it all. Army trains to combat black Americans. 82,000 views. It needs 50 million if we're going to stop this. In fact, at 2 o'clock today, I want to shoot another report with my predictions out of this for the Nightly News tonight. A warning to stop the race war. And quite frankly, that's what this is right now. But they are preparing 24/7 for this because through MTV, through the social engineering, through the Django Unchained, I know for a fact Quentin Tarantino works with the Justice Department and that he and Robert Rodriguez meet with them and brag that they're set to get, the numbers vary, $30 million a project from the government. And that's why Rodriguez met secretly with Obama. And that's why Rodriguez is absolutely out to get me, basically, is what I've been told by high-level people from every angle of the Hollywood community here in Austin, because he is Obama. And Quentin Tarantino, I've run into him, and he looks at me. I've run into Tarantino not once but twice, and he literally begins just shaking when he sees me, and I go the other direction, because there's no point. Because imagine their power trip being part of the government. Machete. Go around, kill all the white people. White people are shooting the pregnant Hispanic women. No, the Planned Parenthood's doing that. Shooting them with a scalpel right in the uterus. Why was the paramilitary police aiming guns